Diego for NutriAdmin, and today I'm very excited to bring you our latest feature, which is a redesign of the way the recipes PDF look like. So you have it here, it looks much better now. And we have also added the ability to customize it. So essentially when you create a recipe in NutriAdmin, you can you can add ingredients to it from the database. You can change the instructions, the different text in the recipe. You get nutrient analysis. And now when you go to download the recipe, you get this preview of the PDF in here. So as you can see, it has the recipe name, a little summary at the top. It has an image, ingredients with quantities, instructions. It will have your branding in here, so your company name and your name. And there is macro summary tables, graphs. You have a breakdown per ingredient. You have a macronutrient summary, and all of these can be customizable. So for instance, the micronutrients that you have in here, you can customize it in the settings, so you can add as many or as few as you want. There's a breakdown per ingredient, so this may be too much information, so you may show it or not depending on what you reckon. So if you go to customize PDF, all of these sections here, you can just tick a box to include it or not. So for instance, if I decide that the micronutrient breakdown per serving is too much information for my client, I can just tick the box. And you see now it's 5 pages instead of 6. So if I go to the bottom, it doesn't include that anymore. And yeah, everything here can be customized. So for instance, by default, you get this design that already looks good. And if you want, you can change it to better suit your brand. So for instance, you could say, I want to have larger page margins. So you change the setting here just with a simple drop down, and this updates automatically. You can have different fonts for the header. So for instance, maybe I want this different font and the heading will update. Then perhaps I want a different font, so I can have a serif font such as Liver Baskerville, and this will look like this. So you can play around with it and choose whichever fonts you prefer. There are different fonts for, you can have them all the same, or you can have different fonts for tables, for text, and for headings. Then you can change the size, so you may want to make it more compact and make the font smaller, and this will update. And the advantage here is, rather than having to, so because you could create a document like this in Word or in another editor, but then you will have to fiddle a lot with the formatting, and you will have to rearrange elements, move them around, make sure the spacing is all right, and that is very tedious work, and it's quite hard to do it right. It can take a long time. So in here we just have removed all this complexity and just identified most of the most common properties that our users are interested in. And if you need to edit something that is not in here, you can let us know and we can add that setting. But yeah, this simplifies it dramatically. You can say you want, for example, the text to be dark blue or a different color, so this will update it. You have a footer there, so let's say I want to make my footer, for example, green, and this will update it. And if I scroll, now this footer is green. So you can make it look the way that better suits your brand. You can hide that footer if you don't want it by unticking these boxes. There are many options. You can have table borders. So for instance, if I go for full borders and I let it refresh, then the tables have borders around them. But if I don't need the borders, I can remove them as well. So there are those simple options there. The table stripes, I can have it, for instance, with different colors such as gray, and there we go. So now the borders are gray. And finally, yeah, you can also control the spacing of the tables, and you can make each page in a different section. So plenty of options. And when you click on the download button, this just simply generates a PDF that you see here. So you can give this to your clients. It looks professional and neat, and the spacing is right. There is a lot of data in here that you can include or remove. So instead of all of these nutrients, all of these numbers here, they're all calculated for you from our database. So you never have to you don't have to use Excel or anything like that. It's all automatically done for you. And you can import recipes from the web. You can use our database as well. and you can tweak every aspect in here. So if you think I want different colors, or I want different fonts, or there's too much information in certain area or too little in some other, then you have the option to change all of that. So hopefully you find this useful. We are very excited with this feature. It's crucial to present professional looking information to your clients, because even though the information you have in a recipe may be very useful, but if the client receives a document that looks sloppy or just very bare, or it hasn't been designed nicely, then this doesn't reflect very well on your brand, and it may cost you in the future if clients, for better or worse, it's just appearance nowadays just plays a massive role in any sort of business. So yeah, the better looking your recipes are, the better results you should get. And hopefully this editor allows you to produce a professional looking PDF for your recipes without too much effort and matching your brand. So hope this helps. Thank you for watching. If you want to learn more, you can head out to nutriadmin.com. Thank you.